I'm Roger Jennings, and I'm the head photo finish evaluator for the Olympic trials. We're using a high-speed linear camera. We're running at 3,000 frames per second. The picture is lined up exactly with the finish line. We take, as we take these pictures, lines up with the time and makes a two-dimensional picture that we evaluate to determine the finish of the races. We evaluate the photo by when the torso crosses the finish line. The torso is a relatively subjective item, but we do have a set rule on what defines it. We use the clavicle, the collarbone, and the entire front part of the chest. So I see the race appear on my screen. It's an instantaneous. As the athletes cross the finish line, the picture starts coming across my screen. First place timed was easy. Second place timed and easy. I got to third place, and I can see lane 1 and lane 2 were basically a dead heat. I then have to look at my reverse angle camera, which I have a camera on the opposite side of the track, to see if that can help me determine where their torsos are. It was blocked from both sides. So then I have to use, at that point, interpolation. I have to actually use a subjective, educated guess to determine where the athlete's torso crosses. At that point, I read lane 1 Tarmo third and Allison Felix as fourth. Those times immediately go to the scoreboard. At this point also, at this time, I knew it was subjective, so I wanted to get more eyes on it, and I actually protested my own call. I got the referees up there. The referees are basically the ones that oversee the competition and that make sure that all rules are followed within the competition. And I sat with them, and we went back over the photo finish, and they decided to not use my, in essence, subjective view of what I determined was a torso, but look at the clear black and white example of right exactly when the visual part of their torso crossed the finish line. And that was determined to be a dead heat. When I evaluate an image, you try to always stay consistent. I've read hundreds of thousands of these images, and you constantly always try to keep your same definitions of a torso, the same views. I've seen the same angles thousands of times. So my picking of lane 1, Tarmo, over Felix was very consistent with what I would have done 100 times over.